Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Bullet on Fire 12 and welcome to some Black Ops 1. Now I'm playing Black Ops 1 today because it is relevant for the topic that I'm going to be discussing in today's video, but I'm sure a lot of us are already aware of what has actually happened recently with this game. But basically, last week it was made possible for Xbox users to play this game on the Xbox One. Now all you got to do for this to be possible is get your 360 disc of this game, put it into your Xbox One, it will install it onto the console, and then all you'll do is play it, and then boom! This game is now backwards compatible. It works on the Xbox One. Which I think is actually really cool, actually, that this game is now backwards compatible. And obviously games on the Xbox One are obviously going to have more, developed graphics, are going to be higher graphics than what you could play on the Xbox 360. But there is no change. There is literally no change with this game on the Xbox One. It looks exactly the same as if you were playing it on the 360, and everything works. Everything from the campaign, the zombies, the multiplayer, even if you've got DLC as well, everything works on the Xbox One. It's as if you were playing it on the 360, but you're now playing it on a different console. And I can't remember when it was, I remember quite a few months ago actually, I literally can't remember the date of when it was, but basically I remember watching a video saying that it was rumoured that in the future, Black Ops 1 would be made backwards compatible, that you could be able to play it on the Xbox One. And they made that possible last week. So obviously, there's been a lot of videos going around saying that you can now do this. I think it's actually really cool that this is the first COD game to be made backwards compatible. And it's actually been fun seeing, a lot of Black Ops videos being put back up onto the internet and everyone returning to this game. And hopefully, in the future, we can see more old COD games have this happen to them as well. Think of, Modern Warfare 2, maybe World at War, COD 4. I know we're getting COD 4 remastered this year with Infinite Warfare, but it's possible. There are possibilities with even more other older COD games have this happen to them. And with everyone who's been making videos of this, I've seen nothing but positivity all around. Because one, it gets people who played this game in the past, return to this game, and a lot of people have been returning to Black Ops 1. And even new people, because obviously there were always new people that joined this franchise at any given time. And I remember seeing some videos of people who did play this game back in the past, when it was the current game. And obviously nothing's changed with their data, they've still got their level, whatever they were on the 360. But I've been seeing videos of people who never even played this game before, and they're trying to play it for the first time. So it's good in that respect of we get people who are returning to the nostalgic days of when they played this, and even new players who had never even played this game before. And this game is quite old now. I mean, it's coming up to 6 years old, so it's very cheap. So if you didn't have this game, I think I've seen videos for it being like under $10. So it's not that much to get it, and it's like a brand new game to some of these people. So hopefully in the future we can see more old COD games have this happen to them, like I suggested with a few other ones like Modern Warfare 2 for example. So obviously this has been good news for everyone over there on the Xbox side of the community. However, over here on the PlayStation, this is something that is not currently possible. I'm not sure why it's not possible yet. I've done a bit of research, and from what I've seen so far, I could be wrong, but feel free to correct me if I am wrong. But what I have seen is that the PlayStation 4 is not made to be backwards compatible, I think. That's what I've seen in some articles, I think. But basically the PS4 has not been built to do this. So if they were to make a PS4 that is backwards compatible, obviously they'd have to do that, because I think the current one is not possible to do this. So obviously this is only something that the Xbox One can do, and I suppose I could pose the question of, should PlayStation and Sony actually do this with their console so they can actually have something else in common with the Xbox One, because this is something that only the Xbox One can do. So do you think they should do this? Leave it down in the comment section if you think that this is something that Sony should also do. Because I think there's nothing really bad about actually doing this. I mean, there is only one thing that I can think of that might be a slight issue with making these old games backwards compatible, because this is something that happens with every COD game. When it gets old, the support is lost in them, and then modders and hackers make their way into the game and then just ruin the experience. I mean, do I need to mention that COD 4 video again that I made? I'll mention it again if I have to, because you guys saw what happened when I played COD 4. It was insane. There was just nothing I could have done about it. It was just, all the games I went into, they were all unplayable, and it was just not possible for me to find a playable game. It was just not possible. So with some games like that, there is the slight issue. I mean, this game is obviously nearly 6 years old, and I was actually quite surprised because I played this game for about a couple of hours to obviously get this gameplay and talk about this in this video, but I didn't see any hackers at all. The only thing I did notice with this game, it was very slow paced, especially in Team Deathmatch. That's why I had to move away from Team Deathmatch and just try and find a domination game, because the Team Deathmatch lobbies I was getting into, it was just very boring. It was just very slow paced. I suppose that's something to be expected with older COD games, or at least some of them in that respect. I mean, I don't find it that much with Modern Warfare 2. Sometimes it is very quick paced, but other times it isn't. I don't know, that's something that does happen. But that is maybe a slight issue with making this stuff backwards compatible. Is sure, it's a good experience, we get to relive these moments again, but on the one hand, games like this, and that are even older than this, for example, they are very hacked, and there is the slight chance of running into these hackers. But that's obviously to be expected, because I do find it very stupid that there is no support on these games once they've had their time in the life cycle of COD. They move on to the next one, and nothing is done to protect them. And it just makes me sad, really, that they think they spend all that time and effort making the game, they keep supporting it during that year that it's the current COD, they bring out DLC for it, and then once the next one comes out, they start working on the next one and they just leave this game alone. It's just like, you just throw all that time and effort into the game for it to just be completely ruined by these modders and hackers. I've never understood why these developers never get a small team of people to still monitor these games after it's done in the current life cycle. I've never understood that, and I never will. It is really ridiculous, I think, in my opinion, that they just leave these games alone while they work on the next one. They should have people looking after these games after it's done in the current life cycle, but hey-ho, if they want to do that and waste all the time that they worked on these games, fine, just let them get hacked if they really want that to happen. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video now, but let me know in the comments, do you think Sony should do this with the PS4 to make it backwards compatible? And what games would you like to see made backwards compatible? It doesn't have to be COD related. Let me know about that in the comment section below, but anyway, I'm going to end off this video now. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and if you have, remember to leave a like rating and subscribe if you are new. But for now, it is goodbye from me. I shall see all of you guys very soon with my next video. So take care guys, and goodbye.